Okay, so part two. So the sauce is bubbling up here, and I have my potatoes in there. So the next step is not the squash, it's the eggplant. I made a mistake before. So I have here, I've decided to use 2 large eggplant instead of 1, because I'm going to make enough stew for me and my friends for at least a week. So we're going to dump in this eggplant. Okay, so I've added my eggplant and stirred it around so that it's been coated in the sauce. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how is this massive amount of eggplant going to cook without burning? Because look at the sauce, it's kind of down deep in the pan, not completely coating the eggplant. But, oh, and I should tell you, you leave the skin on the eggplant. You chop it up into cubes. Not every cube will have skin on it, obviously, but you do leave the skin on the eggplant. I don't know, something about it adds flavor to the stew. So, but anyway, eggplant is a very spongy vegetable, so it's going to absorb that sauce and it's going to cook down. So it's going to shrink quite a bit. So now the next step is I'm going to take some tin foil, because I do not have a lid for this pot, or else I would use that. I'm going to take some tin foil and cover the pot and give the eggplant some time to cook down. Okay, now as you can see, the eggplant is cooked down, and it is time to add the next vegetable, which is the squash. So I have 3 squash here, peeled and chopped, and I'm going to add it to my stew. Then I'm going to mix that in and cover it again and allow that to cook down. Okay, as you can see, our stew is just about done. It's bubbling nicely, and that's what it looks like. It's thick enough that the spoon stands by itself. And so I'm going to serve some of this up in a bowl and show you what it looks like. But before I do that, a little bit of history behind the stew. Like I said, this is my grandmother's recipe, and she has since passed away, so I can't ask her how she came up with it. But according to my mom, one day she was at a loss for what to prepare for dinner, and she just, you know, she used to grow vegetables in her garden, so she just threw together what she had in a pot with some tomato sauce, and voila, Grandma's Italian vegetable stew. It's pretty healthy, it is delicious, and it tastes even better the next day. So let me just go serve some of this up, and I will be right back. Okay, so here we have the finished product, a beautiful bowl of stew with the lovely vegetables in it, and this is best served with a nice loaf of crusty seeded Italian bread. You know, as someone who's Italian, you know, any Italian will tell you that eating a meal without Italian bread is not eating. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I love it. I've loved it since I was a kid, and I hope that if you try it, you will enjoy it too. Now, the last thing that I want to show you before I end this video is, while I was at the store picking out vegetables for this stew, I found a mammoth eggplant. Eggplants are about $7.99 a pound. They're pretty expensive. And I found the most enormous eggplant I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm going to show it to you now so that you may gaze at its awesomeness. And I will be using it in a recipe soon, so it will not go to waste. Even though I didn't use it in this stew, it's going to be definitely used in a recipe, whether I fry it up or make another stew with it. So, are you ready? You ready? Behold, the giant mammoth eggplant. Dun dun dun. No. So, this eggplant, when I saw it, I could not believe the enormity of this eggplant. It takes you gotta hold it with 2 hands almost. I put it in the light so you can see it. Look at the size of it. It is gigunda. It must weigh over a pound. It's enormous. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to show you this gorgeous, beautiful eggplant. Okay, so with that note of weirdness, I am going to go and have myself a beautiful lunch. So if you like this video, remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.